Flight report forms are created when a flight is set to the live status. So when a director goes from draft to live, a flight report form will be created for each of the pilots and it'll be waiting for them to submit. What I'll do is I'm going to log out as a scorer and I'm going to log in as one of the pilots so that you can see how a flight report form looks from a pilot's perspective. So I'm going to log out and I'm going to log in as Aldo Rain, one of our pilots. When Aldo logs in, on the right hand side here, you can see that he has a link to flight report forms. When he comes in here, he can see that he has one waiting for the flight that we're looking at in our demo event, and it's waiting for him to complete. When he comes in here, he's able to fill out for each of the tasks the estimated result, so maybe he thinks he got 5 meters, his estimated time, so maybe 7:30, and any remarks, so great task. He's able to go through and do that for all the other tasks for that particular flight. At the bottom of the form, he's also able to enter the information about his takeoff and landing location. So we're just going to add here, so maybe he took off from the cargo road, which was public land, and then we'll leave the rest blank. He's able to then save the form, which means he can come back and edit it later, or submit it, which means it's going to then be available to the scorers to review. So let's go ahead and submit that. Now we'll log out and we'll come back into the flight data page as the scorer. So now we come down to the bottom here, we can see that, that Aldo as well as the other pilots have submitted their flight report forms. And what you're able to do is come in here as a scorer or a debriefer and go through each of the flight report forms for the pilots and review their data. So in here we can see that Aldo has put in that 5 meters. He thought it was a great task, but we're not satisfied that he's actually put enough information about where he landed. So we're able to reject a flight report form. So let's say, please provide more landing information, and reject it. Now by rejecting it, it means that Aldo can go back and re-edit it. You'll need to notify Aldo that it has been rejected. He won't automatically be notified, so you might have to text him or ring him and tell him to do that. So now we can come back, or we can go through each of the other pilots by using the navigation here. So I can go to the next pilot, review, and then maybe approve it, go to the next pilot, etc. So you're able to go through each of the pilots and review their flight report forms. When you come back to the flight data page, you'll be able to see the status. So in this case, we've now approved these ones. We still have a couple pending approval, and then we also have Aldo's that has been rejected. So very straightforward. Now, the one thing that you may be needing, depending on your jury, they may want to see a copy of all the flight report forms. So we have the ability here to click on Print Flight Report Forms, which will give you a print version of all of the flight report forms for the flight. And what you're able to do is come and print that. And I recommend that when you print the forms out, you change it to landscape mode, and then it structures them quite nicely on the screen.